All right, so I'm gonna go over some of the trades that I called out previously. You can pull it up on my YouTube channel. The past two videos, I called out a gold long, I called out a Labu long, called out a BTC setup as well. I'll go over that one because that one's a scalp. But the Labu long, I was waiting for a break of this trend line. So as we were dropping lower and lower, I didn't, make any videos about it just because the trade didn't trigger yet. So I didn't enter anything because I was waiting for the break of this trend line. But we got to the trend line today. It kind of broke above it a little bit, just wicked it. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to be looking for my Labu long. This is the bar pattern that we're repeating right here. I was expecting this low to be this one. We needed to make a lower low according to the bar pattern. So when I entered my puts here, I got out here just to be safe about it. But I didn't want to enter long because I was expecting a lower low to be made, which we finally got today. This being lower than here, just like this being lower than here. And during this whole portion, we never broke above the trend line. So now that we're finally there, it took its sweet time, but we're finally there, so we can look to enter call options. When I say we, I'm talking about me, by the way. This is not financial advice. This is just my plan for the assets that I'm watching. I have to say that. But yeah, this is going to play out in the next week or so, this portion of it at least, where we start the uptrend, where we start breaking out. And go watch my first video that I ever posted. It's like only 6 videos back since it's a new channel, but I go over the macro setup for XBI. So this is Labu, 3x leveraged ETF of SPSIBI, which is biotech. You can also look up XBI to get the same chart as this. It's just like a ETF version of the index, I think, something like that. But this is just 3x of the volatility. So if this goes up 1%, this goes up 3%. You get the point. So I'm going to be looking to enter calls tomorrow / Monday, depending if we actually close above it and continue. So I'd expect that we are now like right here-ish, or even right here. And then we'd be getting in and then catching the rest of this move. So I'd be getting really far out expirations because I'm expecting this period. I have it calculated to, I think, like 70 to 80 days where we just run. And for us, that would be a 2x return on Labu, because this is, I measured it out, is a 33% gain on XBI, 33% times 3, so 100%. So a 2x gain I'm expecting. And then those call options obviously being even more volatile than the ETF. Call options are always more volatile. If you're into options, you know this. So I'm expecting a huge profit. I haven't even calculated it out, but I'm sure it's going to be over 1,000% easily on these call options. So next up, we got gold. Check out the previous 2 videos, I think it was. I called a gold long. So when gold was here, this is current price action. This is the bar pattern. I had this over here, and I was saying that this was repeating this and that we're expecting a quick pump. Now, I entered GLD call options 217.5 strike price June 21st expiration for a 34-cent premium right here. So holding through it. This was during Juneteenth. So market was closed, but gold was still open, but my contracts weren't moving because stock market was closed. But we had a quick little push up, a pullback, and then today we had the breakout as expected, which was this. And if we look at how closely they are following, I mean, it's crazy. It's like bar for bar. So we form the uptrend, break below it, push, consolidate for a sec, form the uptrend, break below it, push, consolidate for a sec. And we push up higher after the consolidation. And then consolidate a little bit more right here. Drop, consolidate, drop, and then we push up like a strong bullish candle, just like we did over here. And this is when I was like very, very certain that we were repeating this exact area, because these candle movements were like literally candle for candle. It's crazy. So we had the push up and then a quick drop before the breakout happened. So we had the push up, quick drop, and then this morning during NY we had the breakout. So my GLD call options went from a 34-cent premium to a 63-cent premium right here. I got out. It went up more. I didn't catch the full trade, but when it did push up to this zone, They were up, since today's Thursday, the contracts are almost expiring, which makes them even more volatile. They went up to 290% at its peak, which is crazy. So I wish I held longer, but can't complain about an 80% return. But yeah, even this top is looking the same. This big breakout bullish candle right here, having that little top wick right here. And then on this right here, same thing, the wick's a little bit longer, but obviously the bar patterns aren't going to be exactly the same. We have that top wick, and then after we top wick, we push up again right here, just like we did over here. And then we have this little, I mean, it's crazy. Look at that. It's the same. Then we have this little indecision candle, just like we do right here. So we are literally right here on gold. So tomorrow morning, Friday NY Open, I'm going to be looking into getting put options on GLD. So I'm going to be entering puts on that first bearish candle as we start trickling down a little bit. So I'll drop this to like the hourly so you know what I mean. See this little steep uptrend? Literally as soon as we break below it, hopefully it doesn't happen during London. Hopefully it happens during NY, so I don't miss out on a decent amount of profit here. I'm going to be entering put contracts right here, probably a week out expiration, so I can catch this full move, because I'm expecting only this to play out tomorrow being Friday. June 21st is tomorrow. So I'm expecting this to play out, and then the rest of the drop, this drop right here on the bar pattern, goes back to the consolidation area that we had before the pump started, which for us was right here. So it came to like the middle area of the consolidation, which for us is like right here. So I'm gonna say this purple zone is what I'm waiting on. It could come a little bit lower, but be conservative about it. So entering, what the heck happened? Okay, let me start this again. Boom, come up a little bit, maybe hold for a sec, and then that larger drop down to this support level down here. For GLD, coming down to this zone, that is, let's see here, 1.18%. So those contracts should be up over 100% easily. I'm going to be getting puts tomorrow morning, holding it until price target is hit, which should take only 2 to 3 days tops. And then yeah, we're going to look to long the rest of this portion upwards. It's been following the bar pattern very closely, so we'd be entering longs right here. Obviously, I have to say none of this is financial advice. This is just the assets I'm looking at. I don't know if I already said that or not, but I just have to say that. So when I say like we're looking to enter puts, I'm talking about me, okay? So when it comes back to this support, that's when I'm going to be looking to enter call options on GLD. So I'm kind of like ping pong trading it, taking advantage of the drop, taking advantage of the quick pump, but I'm going to get a little bit further out expiration contracts, maybe 2 to 3 weeks out, and then hold for this larger move up. So catching this drop, then longing this, put like stop loss right there, and then catching this next move up. I have it, I'm going to predict this zone right here, this fib level. It makes the most sense with this bar pattern after doing a bunch of measurements with the percentages and all that and comparing it to us. So I think we're going to head up from here in a week or two time frame from this bottom, holding it all the way up to here. 2.7% on GLD with call options is several 100%, maybe like a 300 to a 500% gain during this period on those contracts that I'm holding. And I'm saving best for last. So now that we're done with gold, Bitcoin. So as you guys know, if you watched my previous video, I said we were right in this range. Literally, I think it was like the last video. I entered like a long right here. And during the video, this pump didn't happen, but I was predicting this quick little scalp pump. Then we played out a little bit more. So when I say I entered longs right here, I mean the equivalent to that on the current price. So I'll show you what I mean. Little scalps. So this was this, and then it pulled back and then pushed higher, just like did over here. And then I'm attributing this drop to this one right here. So I know we'll have a couple more wicks. Price playing around here. I'm already in a long on my crypto account, but I'm not in any longs on Bitcoin miner stocks, which is going to be a lot of profit. What I have my eyes on, so check this out. So see this little pump right here. Wait, let me see, June 17th. I'll just use this one. We had a 3.2% pump, right? Now, if I pull up IREN, it's a Bitcoin miner stock. You've probably heard of it. It popped off a lot lately. That same push up, including the wicks, 16.6%. So we're looking at a 3% move, reaping 16% profit. And this upcoming move for BTC, being this portion of the bar pattern, I have it. I'm predicting it's going to go here. This is using the fib levels and, of course, you know, trying to make it as similar as possible to this bar pattern. But this little manipulated push that we still followed, even though it's a bar pattern, we followed the manipulation of a quick pump and then dump. I was attributing this bottom to this one in my previous videos before this pump happened, and I called it. Caught the long and the short. Took the short profits a little bit too soon. We still dropped a little bit more. That's okay. Not really tripping about making profit. But the point is, we're following it so closely. And right now, we're right here. So this push up, I'm expecting it to head to 68.2K. 5% move. So if a 3% move took IREN, I-R-E-N, up 16%, a 5% move should be like, just guessing off the top of my head, around 25%, maybe more. So the goal here is tomorrow morning entering IREN call options. As soon as price starts proving us more and more right, we start heading up. I want to enter calls, catching this movement. Now, I don't want this to happen over the weekend because then I won't be able to trade the options. I'll still trade it on my crypto accounts and all that, so it's fine. I'll still make profit. But this quick little pump, 5% pump, and then a 5% dump happening on IREN, it's more like a 25 to 30% pump and then like a 18 to 20% dump. So catching that with calls and then catching the dump, so a 25% pump really quickly on call options on IREN would reap like, I don't know, 500 over 500% returns. I don't even know, to be honest. Maybe even like 1,000%. If it's 0 day to expiration, it would be even crazier. But being safe about it, getting a week out expiration, and catching this move would be amazing. Now, if this happens during the weekend, of course we can't do that, but it's okay because we still have that quick little pump. That quick little dump and pump that happens next on the bar pattern, which is even more of a volatile move. So this would be a huge move on IREN. But specifically to catch this move, I want to enter call options tomorrow being Friday, June 21st, to catch this movement, because this follows BTC, because it's a Bitcoin correlated stock. And then catching the drop as well. So from here to $17 back to like $15. Pump to 17, doing that with calls, dump to like these previous highs being support with the puts. Shorting it with puts, basically. So that's the game plan for Bitcoin. We went over Bitcoin. We went over Labu. So calls on Labu. Calls on Bitcoin for that quick move that we just discussed. Puts on gold, and then calls on gold right after when we come back to the support and we start actually holding and slightly going up on the smaller time frames like the 5 to 15 minute, higher highs and higher lows. As it's resuming, we catch it. I'm not trying to catch a falling knife, I'm catching the resumption. So this, we already played this out. Boom, puts here to catch the drop, calls here, further expiration 2 to 3 weeks to catch the rest of this run up. So those are the main 3 assets I'm watching. That's the game plan for them. Not financial advice, just what I'm planning on doing. I'm posting these videos before the moves happen, calling them out fully with my game plan, and then I follow up and show my Robinhood account with the trades that I actually took, and I show proof of my trades, showing my entry, my exit, how much money I made, and everything. But I'm calling out these trades before they happen, unlike a lot of other YouTubers who just post only their profits, you know, to sell you a course. I'm not doing that. So I'm trying to be very authentic, very transparent about all this. Those YouTubers that just like post, oh, I made this much money, look, I'm so good. They can have multiple accounts, long something, and on the other account short it, and then whichever direction it ends up going, and then they're right. But the other account, they're wrong. They can just show their right account where they made the money and then say, look how good I am. Buy my course. Me, I'm not selling a course. I'm literally just showing the expected move and then showing what I ended up doing and how it played out. And so far, out of like I think like 6 or 7 videos that I posted, I have not been wrong once across 3 different assets. So it's not like being right 7 times. It's like continuously across all 3 assets that I'm talking about being right. GME though is the one where it's just lagging, but I'm still expecting this move to come up. But yeah, so that's all the setups. Let me know what you guys think, if you agree or disagree. And yeah, I'll be posting a video pretty soon, probably tomorrow or over the weekend or Monday, going over how these trades played out.